This is AI.R. Artists in Residence Broadcasting, coming to you once a week from New York City. Hello, I'm John Cullum, and this
is
who?
Emily,
My wife.
your wife.
Oh,
And what are we going to do? We're going to do a post for my blog, M's Talkery.
oh, M's Talkery, of
And
course.
what I'd like to talk about
What?
would be our incompatibility
Oh,
over...
over what? Over
Oh,
incompatibility?
John, the one thing I do not like to do with you
Yes.
is go to museums.
I don't know why you should worry about that, Emily, because you never go with me to
After the
museum.
beginning, when I was trying to impress you with my intelligence and what a wonderful mind I had, I just couldn't take going to museums with John Cullum. You want to know why?
Well, yeah, tell the people why, Emily. I'm a bit slow. I take a little too much time. The truth is, Emily...
He wants to see everything, but he goes slow.
Well, I'm not very fast. I'm not... it takes me a while to see what's going on.
I don't think it's that. I think that you see it, but that you are interested in depth, whereas I am a museum browser.
Uh-huh.
And I think that what you do is good,
Yeah.
but I can't do it with you.
Well, you're not the only one. I've found that other people don't like to go.
Other girls?
Well, Charlotte Moore is the only one I can think of. Charlotte's very, very smart. She's very knowledgeable about art.
Tell our audience who
won't-
Charlotte Moore is.
Charlotte Moore is the head of the Irish Rep. That's among other things. She's also a very good actress. We worked together in the Burton Taylor Private Lives, and I've known her since then. And she's worked with Emily. We did.
She's a good friend. Anyway,
Yeah.
but Charlotte Moore does like to go slow in museums?
No. I only went to Chicago. We were working on a show together, and I went to a wonderful museum there in Chicago. And before I could get out the front door, the first exhibit, she was headed out the front door. She'd already finished. She couldn't stand.
Oh, I like that. I have to
Yeah.
call Charlotte and tell her, Charlotte, you and I are compatible. You can have my husband.
Yeah, well, she doesn't. She wouldn't take me because she left me in the dust. And but the thing about museums, I think I am slow. And
I think that you approach museums the way you approach plays, John.
Oh,
I think that when you get a play,
yeah.
you have to read every single word.
Yeah.
You don't skim. You don't count how many lines you're going to get. You don't count if it's a major role. You read the play for the values of the play.
Yeah.
And you don't even care if it's a big part or a little part.
Oh, I do care, but I don't take the time to
But
read the
then-
lines. But
After you've studied it, if it isn't a play that makes sense to you, you won't do it. Or you'll have to talk to the author and you'll have to have changes made, and you keep going with that, even when you get a big play to do.
okay, let's stick to the museums. I've got to make a few confessions. too.
Okay, I'm ready. Uh-oh.
You know, I go to museums out of town when you're not with me, because there's nothing else to do, or at least I can't think of anything to do. And some of the most boring and awful times that I can remember are spending time alone in museums, wandering around, pretending that I'm understanding and looking at things. And if you think about it, you realize that I'm always talking about going to museums, but here I am in New York City, where they have the greatest array of things to go to and see.
Fantastic places
Yeah,
to go to.
and you should be, you are aware, but you just haven't mentioned the fact that even though I talk about it, I don't go. When's the
Well,
last time I went to a museum? I don't go. I just talk about it. And
no, you have had your museum days, and you have gone past your museum days to your high scholar
oh,
days.
yeah, really?
Yes, John, you are a wonderful scholar.
Oh,
And I take you as a good example of an actor who is a scholar.
yes.
And I like the way you watch things
Thank
in museums. I just can't stand it. So
That's
that
right.
was what I wanted to talk about was our incompatibility.
Well, I have to point out to you that when you go through a museum, you say you see only the superficial things real quickly.
Right.
That's the way you see me, Emily. You think I'm deep, but actually I'm very superficial. You're just catching the best part, which is on the outside, the gloss. And I love you for it. So that's all we're going to talk about now, about museums. We'll try to get something a little more erudite next time. And this is John Cullum saying goodbye, and Emily Frankel saying goodbye. This is AI.R. See you next week.